feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard, for your mom to your pop, to the beat, to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the San Antonio Raiders. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Watch out, watch out. Tight end right. Hey, wahoo. Get.
On first down, it's Greer. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Greer. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Let's get off the field.
Now Greer. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Carolina.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Greer. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready. So the base. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You hey.
They'll run on 1st down. McQueen. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Muscling free near the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 51 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard. It always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Greer now on 2nd down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Greer on 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Number 53, Mike 53. And watch the slam.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, come on, let's go. Ready?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Greer. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
An update from Buffalo. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go now. 8, read. Watch the pass. Shoot. Rock it.
On 3rd and long, here is Greer. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's not going to get the 1st down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On first down, McQueen. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Choose the mic. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Greer. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Back to the air. Greer on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Greer. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
After the sack on 1st down, Greer, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down. Bravo. Mike 2. Watch 2. Watch 2. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Now.
On 2nd and 10, Greer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, and me and my crew, we got to see him. When they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, head coach Ron Rivera told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. At each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown! A great effort there. With touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Greer on first down. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for them.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now the rookie's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. This is taken at his 4. And now look at him go. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Will Fuller. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47-yard line.
Right, 59, right, 59, mark. Check, 59. Here we go, here we go. Yeah.
They'll run on 1st down. McQueen brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
It's complete to Fuller. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check it back, check it back.
Now a give, right side. McQueen. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that...
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, Alpha.
Greer following the turnover. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Greer. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll try the left side. McQueen. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson now. Robinson's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Switch. Switch. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On 2nd down now, McQueen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
On the ready, 59. Mike's 59. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense... And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Lorenzo Carter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Greer operating from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Darryl Worley. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Check, 59. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On first down, McQueen. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check three.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He's got his man. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Man, that's trash.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Check, 59. Get ready.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
The end of the 3rd quarter of play with the score Raiders 42.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go.
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at the 40. On first down, it's Greer. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. Get your swarm on. Ready.
Now a first down throw, Greer. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 42-yard line.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Orbit. I'm coming after you. Get it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Greer. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now it's Greer. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score. Raiders 52.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bump it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through.
This is caught inside the 15. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Greer. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Raiders 59. Panthers 13.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Mike two.
Greer looks to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now the try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Raiders 66. Panthers 13.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Always got some breathing room. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First down, Carolina.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Meanwhile here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
218, chop. SOS. Move.
They snap it to Greer. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
59. Here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.